Guys, welcome back to Hear Me Out. I'm E.
I'm D.
And today, child, let me start like that, like Nicki Minaj. We gonna talk about some beef. Before we get started, Barbs, chillax, okay? Y'all be coming too hard. These are just opinions, okay? We can agree to disagree. But today we're going to go over, you know, a quick synopsis of this whole Megan Thee Stallion versus Nicki Minaj beef. Give you a play-by-play. When did it start? Obviously, the hiss track, the diss track, Bigfoot, and basically our thoughts on what's going on because it has been a crazy week, and they're still going at it. Well, Nicki's still going at it,
Oh
and
man.
before we also get started, I just want to say we are both, or I could speak for myself. I am a hardcore Nicki fan, and I also love Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, they're rational opinions, despite who I like more or what. Because if I bring up Cardi B, I like her too. If I bring up Sweetie, Doja, you name it, I like hip hop. I like them all. Okay, that's it. That's the disclaimer.
You got it all out your chest. Are you good now?
Because y'all be going too hard. Take it easy. Chillax.
Okay. Well, according to Billboard, it was looking like the start of a fruitful friendship when Nicki Minaj joined Megan Thee Stallion for her Hot Girl Summer Anthem in 2019. More than 4 years later, things have gone awry as the pair of rap stars are entrenched in a scathing feud that not many had on their bingo card to kick off 2024.
For real.
Megan hit the fuse on Friday, January 26th, with her Hiss single, which seemingly took aim at an array of targets, including Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Petty. These H's be mad at Megan. These H's mad at Megan's Law. I don't really know what the problem is, but I guarantee y'all don't want me to start. Bitch, you want me never finna check me. Every chance you get, bet your weak ass won't address me. The Stallion raps. Oh,
Tell
this
me that
yo,
wasn't hard.
I promise you, you will have several comments telling you it wasn't, girl. Please stop. Let me
I'm,
finish.
I'm just saying. Okay, go ahead.
Minaj has been relentless in the days since and hasn't let up, dragging Megan through the mud, which came to a head on Monday, January 29th, with the release of her combative Bigfoot response single. Nicki touches on plenty of things she referenced on social media previously, including Meg's late mother, her rapping ability, the Tory Lanez 2020 shooting, and much more. Refresh your memory with the timeline of Megan and Nicki's history leading up to their lyrical warfare beginning this year. So, like we started, July 2019, Nicki Minaj agrees to hop on Hot Girl Summer. So they joined forces alongside Ty Dolla $ign for the bubbly hit Hot Girl Summer Anthem, which peaked at number 11 on Billboard. Prior to the song, Meg first linked up with Nicki during an Instagram live where they showered each other with love, and Megan revealed she'd been a Barb since '08. So, August 2019, Nicki and Meg link up for the Hot Girl Summer video. A couple of weeks after their initial IG live, Nicki and Meg linked up for the Hot Girl Summer video shoot where they went on live once again, but this time they were actually together on set. Rocking matching red hair, the duo go back and forth about who was going to be driving the boat. The video was directed by Munachi Osekbu, and it has gone on to hit over 133 million views.
Hmm.
August 2020, Meg Thee Stallion joins Cardi B for WAP, Nicki Still Shows Love. In an era of female rap where every time an emerging rapper decided to work with either Cardi B or Nicki Minaj, it set off drama. Megan Thee Stallion cashed in on the opportunity to do both. Meg teamed up with Cardi for WAP in August 2020, and the raunchy collaboration made history as the first female rap collab to debut atop the Billboard Hot 100. At the time, Nicki took the high road as she quoted, lending praise to Megan as a woman and an artist in a variety feature on the Houston Hottie. One of my favorite things about Meg is her desire to further her education. It's so important for women to feel inspired to achieve goals outside of social media, where the focus is usually placed on their bodies and who they're dating at the time, Minaj said. Women are more than just baby mamas, and we can continue to prove that by being goal-oriented, bettering ourselves, and being independent. Megan is the perfect example that we can have fun and be smart at the same time. Then
Yes.
in Then in November 2020, Megan says her relationship with Nicki hasn't changed amid Cardi B collab. Megan checked in with Chicago's 107.5, during which she revealed that she didn't talk with Nicki about working with Cardi, but felt her relationship with Minaj shouldn't change since the days of Hot Girl Summer because of that. Quote, I don't feel like I had to call her first. I mean, because at the end of the day, I'm still an artist and I should be free to work with whoever I want to work with. My personal relationship with anybody doesn't affect what I choose to do as an artist, she said. Even me and Cardi's relationship furthered after the song, like she's great on her own. I love her as a person. We talk often. We talk a lot. Me and Nicki, our relationship hasn't changed since we did Hot Girl Summer. Meg continued, I feel like women, we really do know how to coexist and we really do know how not to be catty. So, despite popular internet opinion, that's really not the case. Then in January 2021, Nicki Minaj unfollows Megan on Instagram. Nicki distanced herself from Megan as she reportedly hit the Megan Thee Stallion with the unfollow on Instagram circa January 2021. The Savage rapper eventually returned the favor, and the pair of hip hop titans still don't follow one another as of press time, and don't expect that to change anytime soon. May of 2021, Nicki subliminally disses Megan on Seeing Green. So, the quote says, one margarita with Parmesan and garlic. These bees thirsty. I can see why they alcoholics. Well, I'm not sure what that was about, but okay. September 2022, Nicki subliminally shades Megan about allegedly forcing her to drink while trying to get pregnant. Nicki is never afraid to spill some tea during episodes of Queen Radio, and she accused Megan Thee Stallion of shoving alcohol down her throat, as well as allegedly suggesting that she get an abortion during a time she was trying to get pregnant. Minaj would eventually give birth to her first son, Papa Bear, in 2020. Imagine telling someone you don't want to drink. Oh, imagine telling someone you didn't want to drink because you were at the time possibly pregnant, because you were actively having a baby, Nicki said in September 22 on the Apple Music airwaves. Imagine that person said, oh girl, you can go to the clinic. Nicki continued, imagine posting photos that you are pregnant and the person doesn't even like it or say congratulations. But then you post that Beyonce sent you flowers congratulating you. The person then tried to send you flowers thinking that, oh, I can use this opportunity as she does everyone else. She'll post the flowers. I didn't even let them. It's just in mother effing house. A fan alerted Megan of Nicki's claims, and she put an end to the controversy by vehemently denying the allegations, which she labeled a lie on Twitter. March 2023, Nicki swipes at Megan on Red Ruby the Sleaze. Minaj charted out of the gates in 2023 with her Lumidee sampling Red Ruby the Sleaze, which reached number 13 on Hot 100. Fans connected the dots with a couple of bars being darts thrown at Megan's way. 700 on them horses when we fixing to leave, but I don't F with horses, says Christopher Reeves. Nicki also makes a reference to Doritos, which would stem from Megan's Super Bowl commercial campaign with the chip giant. Dorito biz mad that they nachos, she quips. Um, there were also some fans out there that believe that .40 cal make them dance like a go-go was a jab at the Houston hottie in regards to her being drunkenly shot in the foot by Tory Lanez in 2020. Now, January 26, 2024.
Present.
Megan Thee Stallion targets Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty as part of his shooting spree. She returned her second single heading into her third album on Friday. The scathing hits saw her taking no prisoners. She possibly attacks Minaj as well as her hubby, who is a registered sex offender, while utilizing shrewd wordplay referencing Megan's Law, which requires the disclosure of information about registered sex offenders for public protection. So I already read the quote earlier, and I'm not going to read it again because it's just going to be a lot of blah, 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 blah. So it wasn't long before Minaj got wind of the haymakers and decided it was time to step in the ring for herself. Same day, January 26th. Nicki Minaj previews Bigfoot track dissing Megan Thee Stallion. So she said, "Bad bitch. She like 6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. The bit fell off. I said, get up on your good foot." Nicki raps. So Minaj chuckled at her rhymes and ran back the bristling track a few times before sniping at Meg for her rapping ability during the same IG live. You have 3 Grammys if you have to learn how to rap on the beat and be comfortable in music. Well, okay, so Megan never gave Minaj the satisfaction of a public reaction to the diss, but shared a photo of herself hysterically laughing on Instagram. Okay, so now, January 26th through the 28th
Mm.
of 2024, Nicki Minaj continues social media onslaught of Megan Thee Stallion. So Nikki says, quote, "You bringing up 30-year-old T from when this man was a 15-year-old child. You bringing up 30-year-old T because no man will ever effing love you. And lying on your dead mother," Nikki said on IG Live. Megan's mother died in 2019. Minaj did not stop there. She spoke further on the matter during a conversation Friday on radio app Stationhead. Quote, "You let everyone be thrown under the bus. You let the baby be thrown under the bus. Tori, your best friend, your mom. You better go conjure up your mother and apologize. That's disgusting." Nikki also shared numerous posts on X, formerly Twitter, calling Megan a disgusting serpent and writing Megan's Law for a free beat you could hit Megan raw. "Told me to drink and go to the clinic if I was pregnant," she added on Twitter, referencing the time Megan allegedly tried to force her to drink. "All because I wouldn't let your funky butt pour liquor down my throat." B thinks she a bully because she got a Rock Nation brunch every year. Minaj continued in another tweet that she does not condone bullying, but called Stallion a pathological and manipulative liar, alleging that she's using ghostwriters and still sucks. But she doesn't condone bullying. January 29th, 2024, Nicki Minaj drops Venomous Bigfoot diss track on the 29th. Wow, okay. This is a long couple of days.
I
After
know.
some after some possible clearance issues with the producer who works extensively with Megan, the anticipated Bigfoot arrived on Monday, January 29th, and sent social media into an immediate frenzy. So, here's a quick quote. "This still begging WHORE talking about Megan's Law for a free beat you could hit Megan raw. Ooh, if you a ghostwriter, party in Megan jaw. Shots thrown, but I still ain't let Megan score. Bad B, she like 6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. The beat fell off. I said, get up on your good foot." She empties the clip. So Nicki downplayed Megan's Grammy Awards and criticized her flow. "They got you all them Grammys, but your flow's still a no." Without wasting much time, debate broke out on social media between the Barbs and detractors on both sides of the coin, arguing back and forth over who won round one between Bigfoot and Hiss. Either way, Nicki's response reportedly earned her the biggest debut on the US Apple Music charts for a female artist, with Bigfoot slotting in at number 5. All right.
As of today, his is number one.
No way.
I believe so.
Wow, I did not know that. Okay, so what do you think?
Guys, all right. Let's take a moment to digest everything that was said. This is a timeline from basically when? 2019?
Yes. 2019? 2020, 2019, around there, yeah.
Let's
2019.
see. Hold on. Just okay. We started on July 2019, where
Yeah,
Nicki agreed to hop on Hot Girl Summer,
yeah,
right?
right.
So I think it's known in the industry, or I think we know, or maybe we're speculating, or maybe it's a rumor or whatever. Nicki don't like Cardi. So she kind of tells people, hey, you working with me, you got to beef with her, basically, or don't work with her. You know, you got to choose sides.
Okay.
I think this is really stemming from the WAP song.
I mean, but Megan's done like another song with Cardi after that.
Yeah, but if we look at the timeline, we're looking at facts here, right?
Uh,
August 2019, the Hot Girl Summer video. August 2020, the WAP song comes out.
uh-huh.
January 2021, she unfollows.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
so from January 2021, so that's all of 2021, all of 2022, all of 2023, she's taking jabs at Megan at this point.
Right,
You
right,
read
right.
it. She read it from this article from Billboard. Okay, guys, go check that article out. The song Seeing Green, Red Ruby's the Steez, the other songs that she's kind of, subliminally talked about Megan. Now,
Yeah.
I think it's her beef, because Megan is saying in her hit song, she doesn't even know why Nicki's mad at this point. Could it be because of, okay, Megan is making you drink while you might be pregnant and stuff? I don't know. Maybe she was, not to excuse it, maybe, she had a few drinks and she didn't know what she was saying at this point. And if you know what you know and you're trying to get pregnant or you are pregnant, ain't nobody that's going to convince you to do otherwise. I don't think that was a serious comment to begin with. I don't think you and Megan that close that you should be so damn offended about it. I think it doesn't make
Oh,
any sense to me. Now
yeah.
I can see why you're upset because Megan's Law. Because when I heard I was like, ouch. And then what followed? B, you're a, you know what? Never gonna check me. You're not gonna address me. Now that was shots fired everywhere, and we heard it all around the world. Because
Oh,
when I saw it, I mean, when I heard it, I almost passed out. Like legit, like that could not have been. All she needed to say was Nicki Minaj, but it was abundantly clear that she was talking about you at this point.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you've been attacking this girl for all of 2021, all of 2022, all of
Mhm.
2023, and you thought she wasn't gonna say nothing? I'm surprised I mean, obviously she didn't say anything because obviously she dealt with the Tory Lane's assault.
Yeah.
Her mom passed away in 2019. She was dealing with Carl, what's his name? Carl Crawford.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's it.
The whole problems with the label. So
Mhm.
Homegirl was busy. She wasn't trying to think of you, right?
Right, right.
Problem here is with Nikki for the most part.
Yeah.
And I love her, again, like I said in the beginning, but I
Yeah.
think she went a little too far. So my first comment, why are you talking about that lady's mama?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I think that is so uncalled for, and you
Yeah.
cross the line to no ends at this point. I
Yeah.
think that, you know, yeah, I'm gonna say back in the day, and I'm gonna reference some bad stuff. Let's say, you're in the hood and there's, I don't know, dealers out there, like
Yeah.
dealers or people doing criminal activity, blah, blah. Back in the
Yeah.
day, there was a code, right?
Right.
You would sell to certain people. You see a young kid trying to come up to you, be like, nah, you're too good for that. You
Yeah.
know, there's a
Yeah.
code. I
Yeah.
think that there's an unspoken code that it shouldn't be like it's common sense. Why would you talk about somebody's mom? Why?
Yeah.
Especially when they passed. And you
Oh.
recently had a dad that passed away. So, you were trying to really stick it to her. And your girl right here heard Bigfoot, which I thought was pretty clever, but you said it all on Twitter before. So I wasn't impressed when I was hearing it.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
I
That
mean,
was people's reaction.
yeah, a lot of people's, I'm like, you had a lot of good, this is in there, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
damn. But I heard it already. I was unimpressed at this
Damn.
point.
Right.
So I don't understand why you were talking about Megan's mom. Obviously, we know that the police were alerted at Megan's mom's gravesite,
Yeah.
so they wouldn't like vandalize. And I think that there's a certain point where we're like, oh shit, I took it too far. Let me call the Barbs and tell them to calm down. I'm trying to retract and say, oh, because of this, because of that. No, you shouldn't have crossed that line to begin with. I
Yeah.
understand that she attacked demands, but you don't come for nobody's dead mom. That's
Yeah.
pretty disgusting, I think, and pretty low of you. I think the world of Nicki. I think Nicki is one of the best rap artists out there, woman, man, the queen right now. So why are you entertaining all these fights? Megan produced his. Of course, you have to, have a rebuttal, a diss track for it. We understand. That's it. All this unnecessary extraness was unnecessary. Like Charlemagne says, let's keep it in the music.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna let you talk before I hit some other points.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't understand the deceased mom being brought in to the whole thing. I think that, like, when it comes to like rap beefs or just beefs in general, like there should be at the very least like certain things that are off, limits, like kids, right? Like kids should always be off limits. Um and deceased parents, like that should be off limits as well. Um
Mm-hmm.
I know that people, would probably say, well, like Megan was coming after Nikki's husband. Okay, but Nikki's husband's alive. Nikki's husband can defend himself as well. And Nikki has every right to defend her husband, for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
For sure.
Um, but I don't think it should be like at the expense or by bringing up, Megan's mom into it, considering she's passed away. And it just, I think that, like, based on this timeline, like you said, Nikki has subliminally, right, supposedly, thrown shots at her, and Megan has not responded. Megan hasn't said anything. Um, Megan, just as Nikki, has every right to respond, has every right to like say what she wants to say. But again, I think that there should be lines. There should be some kind of, threshold that shouldn't be passed. I think that we mentioned this in our recap of, like, I think it was Potomac, how celebrities should have some sort of like responsibility to limit their followers, limit their, stands, their whatever, from attacking people, other people in such a like disgusting way. It's like, I think having like friendly competition, that's fine, like talking trash to one another, that's fine. But when you kind of cross that threshold of like threatening someone else, threatening their life, threatening their livelihood, threatening their family, their friends,
Mm-hmm.
threatening their deceased mother's grave, that's a whole nother level that really doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Um, and like, I'm not saying one way or another, this person's right, that person's right, this person did it better, this person, this rap was better, this track's better. No, because I don't care about any of that stuff. Like, to me, this would all be more entertaining if there were at the very least some sort of like level of respect, right? Like, that there's some kind of situation where like you're not necessarily um wanting death on this person. It's like you may hate this person, you may thoroughly dislike this person, but it doesn't make sense to like go into those realms. Kind of like the situation with Drake and Pusha T, when Pusha T, had his track about Drake's son, or pretty much bringing it to light. I think that was one of the things that, like, to me was really disgusting, because what does why would you bring someone's child into it, um and so, like, there's situations in which it's like I don't really get the point
Mm.
of that. One
Yeah.
of like the most famous diss tracks ever was the one that Pac did, back in the 90s, and
Come
very
up.
explicit, very, very explicit. um and he talks about Biggie's wife. Biggie's wife was alive. It's still alive. Biggie's wife could have defended herself. Biggie could have defended his own wife. that was crazy. That
Mhm.
was wild. But still, like, there's some aspects that I feel like, did he probably say some other crazy things? Maybe it doesn't come to mind right now. But like, what I'm saying is just like these levels just kind of feels like we're hitting like a new low, and I don't get it. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't get it.
And just for to elaborate on the Pac Biggie, I think everything that happened with them made hip hop change. You know,
Yeah,
since then we haven't seen, those huge beefs, like that, they
that
want,
level.
yeah, that level of like, I really want to,
Yeah,
end your existence kind of
yeah,
thing. You know, I,
right.
I want to say that hip hop has gotten a little more amicable. So,
Yeah,
there's just people that are like kind of crazy, and
yeah,
this could take a left turn real quick for no reason.
yeah. I think that's really like
Yeah.
what it is.
I've also seen in the internet somebody brought up the instance where Nikki is saying, "Where's the scar?" So where's the scar is referring to, where Tory Lanez shot, Megan in the foot and stuff.
Yeah,
So, this commentator was talking about, how Nikki shouldn't have said those things because right now you're poking fun at a woman who has been assaulted,
yeah,
a woman of color that's been assaulted. And in
yeah,
our community, it's even hard for them to see us, believe us. So for her to be poking fun at something like that,
yeah,
it was not cool, also.
yeah. I don't know. I mean, honestly, I really think that like I think beefs can actually be healthy. Like, hear me out. In the sense that it can push the other person to do better, right? Like to give you better music, to give you, some like real interesting and intricate like works of art.
Mhm.
So I think like in that sense, like it can be a good thing. But when it kind of like goes into the realm of like, you know, just ugliness to for the sake of ugliness, like that just feels kind of pointless, honestly. Cause yeah, like I don't know. Like to me it would be different if like, for example, going back to Drake, he's had plenty of beats. When Drake did back to back
Mhm.
with
With
Meek Mill,
mhm.
that was it. What did Meek Mill do after that? I can't even tell you. I don't remember. Because back to back was like great.
Yeah.
I was like, oh dang. Well, dang. So it's like,
What he had to say.
but you see, like that was done after that.
Mhm.
It's like damn, and eventually Drake and Meek became friends. Like to me, that's kind of like where I feel like okay, that's entertainment. That's more of the realm of entertainment. This feels something different.
Yeah.
And and then what sucks even more is that like they're women, like they're women of color, and it's already tough in that industry to be a woman. It's tough to like, be heard, to be taken seriously. And like obviously Nikki has a very long and great career, and she's done amazing things. She's had so many hits and everything. And it just kind of feels like it just sucks that
Mhm.
this is the route that things kind of went in. And like I don't know what the hotties are doing. I don't know if the hotties are out there like trolling or doing or whatever, but we do know that Nikki's fans, or Barb's, or Nikki herself, or whomever, like we're hearing all these different things of like Megan's mom's grave needing to be like monitored by police, and all like just things that like kind of seem a little bit preposterous. Like it's a beef, at the end of the day, if they don't like each other, they could just fight or not ever talk again in life. but they're gonna go on living their best lives with all the money that they have. Meanwhile, the fans are out here creating problems for other people. What happens if you get caught one of those days? Right? Like, what happens if, like, somebody actually reports an account? Because that can be done. And if, like, they find your account and you're someone that's been threatening people, you can go to jail. Like, there's ramifications to things, and I don't know that people are really, like, fully cognizant of that. So anyway, it's, it sucks because I feel like it could have definitely been an interesting feud. Because when it comes to, like, the whole Nicki and Cardi, yeah, Nicki would always win that one. But, like, this could have been something interesting because Megan has, like, an interesting kind of artistry to her. But, like,
Mhm.
yeah, anyway.
I don't think that Nicki wins the Cardi fights.
I think she can, though. Like, if it's like
50, I think. You
if
know,
it's like a
if
diss
Cardi
track,
starts, huh?
if it's like a diss track, yeah, Nicki wins.
But she hasn't produced a diss track
That,
directly at Cardi like that.
but see, but that's what I wish they would just do. Like, get it over with. Just put it all on a record, and then leave it at that. But this feels weird. This
Yeah.
feels really weird.
Well, if you guys heard Bigfoot, so towards the end, she's kind of threatening Megan, like threatening or telling her or advising her. It's like, girl, you don't want me to spill the rest of the tea. So she's like, you better apologize within 24 hours, which she
Oh,
has. But, she's threatening to know a lot more information. And, you know, I guess if Megan tries her, there might be a second diss track. So it'll be interesting to see if
yeah,
if the beef will continue.
yeah, that's true.
My last thought with this, I think I'm a little disappointed in Nikki. This whole situation and her Twitter rant. I think Charlemagne said that it had gone on for like 72 hours straight. I'm not sure because I didn't keep up with it like that. I think it's giving insecure.
Oh,
It's giving an insecure vibe. So I think Nikki is top tier. I don't think she needs to prove anything. I
yeah,
don't think she should even mess around with the new artists and what they're doing and giving them the time or the energy.
yeah,
Because, if you're in your stardom, you technically put so much highlight on Megan right now.
yeah,
Like pe- maybe Megan wasn't as popular. You made her popular. Like, why
yeah.
are you giving all these different artists all that energy? I'm like,
That's
if you know you're the queen, like you're not messing with these mere mortals.
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, so I don't think I think Megan said what she had to say. Nikki
Right.
should just drop Bigfoot. It would have been like, damn. I don't know who would have won the beef, to be honest, because I think they were both pretty good. But, I think her still going at it, what is she so pressed about at this point? I'm like, didn't you just say everything you needed to say? Why are you still on this? It's getting old and you look like you're being petty, and I don't mean your last name.
Oh, dang.
Why do
Okay.
you do that? You're like, oh, damn.
Because that I was like, whoa, oh, dang. Okay. Yeah, that's okay.
Nikki, you're too good for that. Like, just let it go. Like, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I mean, I agree. Like, it doesn't really seem like it is worth it.
That's like Beyonce fighting with, I don't know, who's close to with Taylor Swift. I'm like, what?
Hey, that'd be crazy.
Like,
Well,
why?
my last point, I think, um, so it's giving Donald Trump. Um,
Oh, wow. This took a left. Or
well,
no, this is the left.
no, like, okay, hear me out. Like you said about how supposedly she went straight on this rant for 72 hours on Twitter
Mhm.
or X, whatever. That was Donald Trump back in the day before
Mm.
he got thrown out of Twitter. he would go on a rant for days, just
Me
nonstop tweeting. So, I don't really think that's not the kind of person you want to be like compared to or associated with, ma'am. Like you're better than that.
He's
Um,
giving Kanye energy when he goes on his dissertations. It seems nonsensical at this point. Like, I don't know. Girl,
yeah,
just we love you. Just stop. Okay? We understand. You don't like her. Just let it go. You're
yeah,
above this.
yeah, yeah. I agree.
But they were both great tracks. Which one do I choose? I don't know. His is speaking to me, but Bigfoot had some, pretty good bars. So I don't know.
I feel like I didn't like Bigfoot at all.
So
I think primarily because like so much of it was already
out there.
exposed, or not
Mhm.
exposed, but like out there. Like there wasn't like a shock element, surprise to it or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, it's like when people ruin like the plot on social media of a new show. Like, don't do that. You know. So
That's,
anyway, that's kind of why I was like, oh, well, I don't know. Yeah.
yeah, I think I didn't want to choose one, but I think his wins. It's just that whole Nikki excerpt, it just like, it was so direct and like
What?
so painful. I was like, man, if somebody called me an itch and a puss and this and that, like, oh my God, I can't. I cannot even. I cannot even.
We're
But
done.
but guys, let us know what you think in the comments. I know this was lengthy, but we gave you a timeline of the feud. We used our common sense from the article from Billboard and gave you our opinions. We can agree to disagree.
Right.
Okay? We love both of the artists. But if you haven't already done so, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also, please share our video. We're trying to grow our community so your friends could be our friends and we could all be friends. We also have social media, which Steve will tell you about.
We're on TikTok and Instagram at Hear Me Out DNE. So make sure you guys like, share, and follow. Comment. We enjoy interacting with you all.
All right, guys, we'll see you with the next beef, I guess. All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.